Domestic violence. How does it impact Black women? We've heard the names: Serena Farfax, Nancy Bowen, Tiana Stokes, Ashley Robinson, Barbara Deere. These are just a few Black women whose lives ended much too soon due to domestic violence. I want to take just a moment to honor their lives. When we think about domestic violence and how it impacts Black women, just a few months ago, we saw more stories because there was so many cases of domestic violence happening in our community. But here's what you may not know. When you think about homicides among Black women, 51% of Black female homicides are related to domestic violence. So it's not something that's just a trend, a fad. This is a real problem in our community. And even outside of the women whose lives have been taken due to domestic violence, those of us that's here living life, according to the National Domestic Violence Hotline, 45, 45. You heard that. 45% of Black women experience domestic violence. And that's who's calling the hotline. That's who's calling the hotline. What about all the women who experience domestic violence and never dial that number? This is an epidemic in our community, and it is time for us to have some real conversations on eradicating this epidemic. One of the things that I think is so important in us eradicating this epidemic is focusing on self love. Because when Cassandra fully loves myself, when I know my worth, I'm less likely to stay in a relationship that is toxic to me. So, what are some things we can do to increase that self love among us? Because no one, now that all these cases, they're not as current, you don't see news stories about it. You hadn't seen too many articles about it. So we got to save us. So, what can you do to increase self love? One of the things that I find very helpful is starting my day with God. God made us. And because He made us, He knows our worth. So, beginning your day just with some meditation and prayer in that quiet time, God is going to reveal some things to you. In His time, you're going to learn more about you, probably more than you ever wanted to know about yourself, and you'll realize your worth in Him. All right, that's first thing I highly recommend. Then looking at your community, who are the people you engage with? Who are the people that you talk with on a regular basis? Pick five, five people you spend the most time with. Are those individuals nourishing you, pouring into you? That makes a difference. Our environment, just think about it. If you was going to a party, let's say you're going to a birthday party, while you're there, you're gonna feel what? You're gonna feel good. More than likely, you're gonna enjoy yourself. right? Because of the environment. But let's say you went to a memorial, different occasion, different circumstance. So at a memorial, there's a good chance you're going to feel a little sad, right? So our environment, the people we choose to have in our environment, will impact our energy and how we feel towards ourselves. And the last thing I highly recommend doing is utilizing affirmations. Affirmations are a great way to speak that positivity into your life. Our brain, here's the thing about this brain with all these neurons, all these cells, the brain cannot distinguish fact from fake. Your brain does not know the difference. So, even if you're speaking things into yourself that you don't believe yet, your brain doesn't know that. So, as you're speaking that, your actions, eventually, your actions will match up because whatever you're telling yourself consistently is what will play out in reality. All right, so I hope those tips helpful in just increasing the self-love in our community. Let's partner together. If you would like to join me, one thing I'm doing right now, an initiative that I'm excited when it comes to fruition. 19 HBCUs. I'm looking to give 19 HBCUs with copies of the Love Letters to My Girls book. Love Letters to My Girls, a book written by 116 Black women. The book is all about loving yourself and knowing your worth as a Black woman. I'm able to do that through two ways. I'm able to gift those books. One is through sponsorships. So if you have a brand who aligns with empowering the next generation to have the tools, tips, a resource, and sparking their self love journey. Let's have that conversation. If your brand is ready to sign up for that, if you're an individual and you would like to purchase a copy for yourself, for your loved ones, with every purchase that's made, I'm able to turn around and gift a book. I will be sure to drop my link tree in the video description where you can purchase a copy of the Love Letters to My Girls book there. If you are a brand and would like to discuss potential partnerships, just shoot me a email and we can start that conversation and get a custom sponsorship that fits your brand. As always, I'm wishing you love, health, and happiness. Until next time, stay blessed.